coming to you. What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Brown Sugar Confessions out there. We are here tonight talking about relationships, love, intimacy, and all kinds of fun things on our show. If you don't know us by now, we are on Power 1017, our radio show, and we are also live on YouTube and TikTok. So make sure you guys go there right now, ask questions, because tonight's show is going to be so much fun. If you guys don't know what the show is about, let me tell you really quick. So I was gone for 6 weeks in the summertime. I was in Europe. And in Europe, I think I started in Italy, went to Germany, went to France, and then went to Amsterdam and Switzerland. So it was a long trek, right? These gorgeous ladies want to interview me tonight about my experience in a place called Cap d'Agde, France. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I am absolutely nervous to have them interview me on this show. So, Tracy, look at everyone looking good tonight. Girl, I know you got some fun, hot topics. What is going with you in New York?
It is thunderstorming up here right now. So if you hear thunder or you hear a cat go wild in the background, it is because of that. Don't get it confused. But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm getting prepared for my next hot girl trip.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Can you tell us?
I'm going with you.
Oh, that's right. Oh, she says she's going with me. I forgot. She is going with me. I'm taking another trip. I forgot in November. But before we get into all of that, we're going to go back to France because that's where I was at for over I think almost 2 weeks that we were there. It was a lot of fun. So I cannot wait to tell y'all everything about France and Cap d'Agde, Paris. We're going to talk about Paris. Because I was following this guy on TikTok that was talking about Paris being one of the, I don't want to say, he used the word ghetto, but it was graffiti driven or whatever. So we're going to talk.
TikTok.
Yeah, right. So we are going to talk about everything you want to know about all these various places I was at. So let's just jump on this show and talk about it. Tracy, I know you got a fun, hot topic. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude. So everybody knows that song by Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so today, right now, we're going to talk about your secret sexual fantasy according to your zodiac sign. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh, what's my sun sign? No. I want you to look up what your Venus is in and correspond it to this and tell me if it's right. Yeah, don't go by your sun sign because that's not always, do you know what I'm saying? That's your front facing. We want to know how you're going to get that love. So we're going to start with, of course, the Aries of the group.
Gang.
So that's March 21st through April 19th or so. So their fantasy involves, of course, Aries, rough sex.
Oh, okay. Some rough one, huh?
Rough one. They love role playing, and especially when it's a figure of authority.
Okay.
I thought that was cute.
That was cute.
Taurus, April 20th through, if we're just doing Venus, it don't matter what the date is. So if your Venus is in Taurus, next is Cancer, rope play.
Is it feeling of security?
I think so. I think it's also being bound up and not being as poppy. Do you know how Geminis can go from one to the other very quickly?
Mhm.
Yeah.
In rope play, it is a constant thing where you are in that. So I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
So Cancer, we did Cancer. Now Leo, voyeurism, and I could absolutely see that. Virgo, workplace fantasy,
I can see that.
and
Okay.
even as a Virgo sun, that is my ultimate. That is my ultimate.
I love
You a
it.
sexy secretary?
Where my Venus, please.
Sexy secretary. I wonder out there
So-
how many have sexy secretaries.
Okay, so Libra is BDSM. If your Libra is in Venus, you're naturally you naturally want to serve.
Okay.
You naturally do.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Scorpio. Oh, these Scorpios be killing me, yo. Erotic asphyxiation, of course.
Clink, clink.
Of Sagittarius is the Mile High Club.
This I can definitely see.
Okay, I want to talk about the Mile High Club. Okay, we're gonna talk about that too on the show. Let's talk about it.
We talking about that now or later?
Later. We're gonna
okay.
have Treese finish this up.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And
My bad.
Capricorn getting paid for sex.
Oh,
I can see this.
okay. I can see that.
Don't
We're
make
gonna talk
money,
about
don't make
Amsterdam
sense.
getting paid for it.
Now, the final one, Aquarius. And as someone who has Aquarius heavy in their chart, alien role play, this is my jam. This is my jam.
Oh my goodness.
Are you getting attacked by the tentacle monster? Are you that girl?
Oh my goodness.
Are you the girl that they make hentai after, ma'am?
Oh my goodness.
Always. But that's it for sexy.
Oh wait, we
role-play
missed one.
accord-
We missed
I
Pisces.
love it. I
Dang,
wonder
we done
out
blew
there.
Pisces.
Pisces. I'm sorry.
Done blew
Pisces. I
Pisces.
forgot y'all. I forgot y'all fish-eyed Pisces. Of course, with those big googly eyes. Y'all love orgies.
I'm never going to forget this now.
Oh my good one.
right.
All right.
So that's it for your zodiac sign. But I want you to apply it to your
Zodiacs.
Venus and look it up and see if it hits for you or not. So we're gonna get into it. So you mentioned orgies. You mentioned paid for sex. You mentioned
I
a ton of things.
I did.
And honestly, my little brain is flabbergasted, and I want to know everything.
Okay.
Right.
First. So, we arrived in Paris and, it was ironic. I think the guy that was posting about Paris was around there the same time. And when I got to Paris, they were just finishing like this big protest around the shooting of a young Black male that I think was Algerian. I could be wrong about. Another political situation happened. It was the overthrow of the government of Niger. Sorry. Then we took this long train down to what's an area called Kapdak. Now, let me set up the scene for you guys that don't know what Kapdak is. Okay. Kapdak village is in the south of France. It is known as a naturalist village. So what I mean by naturalist is that everyone is nude. From the moms, from the grandmoms, from the grocery stores, the pharmacy is nude, the bank is nude, so the place is humongous. It probably goes from maybe under 80,000 in the winter, if that many, because it gets really cold, you're on the water, to I've heard like 1 million people in the summertime. That's what some figure was given to me. That's how it explodes.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
So
Go ahead, baby.
You're saying this is a small city in France, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so is it northern France, southern France? Where is it?
It's southern France. It's the south of
So
France.
it can go anywhere between 80,000 to a million.
Yeah, it goes up. Yes, that's how many. Yeah. During this season, and the season is summer, and it fluctuates because people, the beach is amazing. And it's known for its naturalist vibe. So, like I said, everyone all day long is nude. I want to set up the scenes for you so you understand like what is happening when you're going in. So you have this beautiful Long Beach, beautiful, right?
Okay.
So you're walking out of your hotel, the first beach that you arrive, and there's no signs that designate what these beaches are. Okay. There's no signs. It's just people know, or because you've been there, but there's no distinct markers that I could tell. So the first beach you come to is a family beach. You'll see mom and dad and the baby, the grandparents, they're all nude. They're playing in the water and, just having a good old fashioned nude family outing, right? So you walk a little bit further down and then you see the swingers beach. Now there's
the family beach and then there's the swingers beach.
And the swingers beach, yes.
Is there any space between the family beach and the swingers beach?
There's an area that's kind of empty, but it's not like there's a sign that says lifestyle people or swingers. It's just a little stretch that's kind of empty. Does that make sense? Like there's no one there.
I'm wondering, is like a curious junior just going to be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing.
That's what I'm like. You could just peek and look like, but there does seem to be the adults know that side of the beach are lifestyle or swingers. So they kind of stay further away from the swinging beach, but it's right. You walk a few feet and, yards and you're there, you're looking, right? So then you have the swingers beach, right? And so I'm walking and my husband and I are, we're walking through the swinger section, and the swinger section is so deep with people, like maybe 500 to 1,000 people on the beach and the swinger side.
People or pairs?
Whatever. Whatever you got, they're there. So, and so the first night, my husband and I are walking, right? And I don't know if he's listening. I won't even call his name. He may be. He's from Brazil. If he is, you know who I'm talking about. I look over and there is this woman giving about 6 guys in a circle some sloppy toppies. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
And she's and what people do is look, everyone's looking.
Like, is it rapid fire? This person, this person, this person, this person, or is she going like one at a time?
She was doing her, whatever that was, she was doing it. She was just, I don't know if she was combining them. I don't know. I wasn't staring that hard. I can't lie, right?
Like, is she just taking her tongue and going, like that? Like, I need details.
I will tell you this. She was definitely having fun with them. She looked like she was going like, let me help one brother out. Let me help this one sister out. It looked like she was being very, very sweet and making sure she was taking care of everyone. I will definitely say that. Here I am, and I'm looking. I'm like, I know this guy that's in the circle getting a sloppy toppy.
Wow. Like, wait, ain't that so-and-so?
That's exactly what I tell. I'm like, isn't that so-and-so? And my husband's looking, he's like, he's in Brazil. I'm like, no, he ain't. He ain't in Brazil. He's right on his beach. And I knew it was him. He's a beautiful man, very distinguished looking. He has a certainly, that look. And so I'm standing there literally like this, just looking at him getting his sloppy toppy, right? And so he's done, right? He looks up and sees me and he screams, "Oh, snap." He says, "I feel like my ex-wife just caught me."
Oh no. Oh no.
And so he comes to me, he gives me a big hug and he high fives Gert. And I'm like, he's like, "I just got in this morning." I said, "You just got in her mouth or you just got in Captac?"
Context, my guy.
Context. So he's like, "Yeah, I just got in at like 8:00 this morning." And this is like maybe 10:30. So I'm like, "You didn't even put your back clothes away. You just getting it in."
Coffee. She didn't even have coffee.
Look, he was ready.
Right.
As soon
He
as
was
he
ready.
got his room check, whoosh.
He was
let's go.
on the beach getting his sloppy toppy. And so he's like, "Oh, I'll be here all week. We got to hang out. We got to party." He's telling me because there's like, I found like there's 3 guys like that are known in Captac. Like if you go, these 3 guys are the 3 guys like if you're a player, you want to play with these 3 guys. They're infamous more or less. And he's one of the 3. And I found the other 2 because I'm like, I want to find them because eventually I want to interview them.
But did you get pictures of them?
They're naked. So that's a no. I did not. I
guess
did not. But
that's the other question I had is clearly you can't take pictures while you're there.
you're not supposed to now. Some people, I see them sneaking, but no. And I will tell you, like, if a scene on a swingers beach is happening, because you're not supposed to have your cameras out, people will take your camera and throw it into the ocean. They don't play.
Ooh.
So we're walking, we go past the swingers beach after we see our friend from Brazil. And then we go down to the gay beach. And the gay guys are doing their thing. They're not as deep. Yes, they're not as deep as the swingers as far as people, but they're out there, having their fun, doing what they do. And then you're walking down a little bit more. And then you see like the camping section. And the camping section is where you're going to see clothed people. So this is moms, dads, families with their clothes on, and they're camping further down the beach. Okay. So this beach is long and it's nicely segregated because it has to be, because everyone has its own vibe, right? So that's the beach scene, right? And it's nude. Only when you get towards the very end is when you should cover up, because everyone at the very end of the beach has a bikini on, bathing suit or something. So you just get your sarong and cover yourself up or put your pants on or whatever you got. And then you're just walking down. So the beach is amazing. The water is beautiful. It's beautiful, right? So that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
So we get there and they have what's called these pool parties. These pool parties start at noon and they end at 5 a.m.
Wow.
It's techno from the time you get into Captac, from the time you leave, techno is playing.
Oh, wow.
And so, you're in these parties, right? And we were in a VIP section, so we're nice and high. And, we got the champagne girls and, they have a big pool there. There's people, they have like a little a raised level on the pool. So people are dancing on this like raised level on the pool. There's people that are having sex, blowjobs. There's guys just sitting on the edge of the pool, and women are just going around like a Daisy Duke and just giving them blowjobs. They're just sitting there
we saw
like
that.
this.
We saw
like
that in
this.
April. Yep.
Just like this. And girls are just going around, just giving them blowjobs, right? And then you'll see girl on girl action. You don't see any guy on guy action, whether it's behind closed door, but you don't see it. But you'll see girl on girl. You'll see foursomes. You'll see whatever. They're getting it in around this pool, right? And so, there's no food. It's only alcohol. Everyone's nude. You cannot bring your phone in. They have security where everything has to be off of your body and it's secured in a bag. This club is 1,000 people deep. I'm talking, they just coming. It's deep.
There's nothing but
And so
skin
then-
fluid.
Skin and fluid. And then the foam comes down. Oh,
It comes
Lord.
down.
Here comes the foam. So here you are partying, then the foam comes down, and people are slipping and sliding. They doing what you're doing, right? They just doing it in the foam, whatever. And and so I told my husband, all right, I'm okay with the foam party, but when the foam gets past my knee, I'm out. Because I'm just not slipping and sliding. I don't know because the foam it's over their head, you're fighting the foam. So, that's this big pool party. Absolutely a lot of fun, this pool party. So this starts, like I said, around noon. And then another pool party is what they have. So these are the two famous ones for lifestylers. That's your go-to. 1,000 people in the pool. You will see girls just laid up with the legs like this. And guys are just getting it in there. You will see guys just leaning back, just getting their sloppy toppies. Alcohol and sex and nudity.
I already know somebody in our YouTube live is like, what the F? Like, I would never go there.
But they'll say there's only one place in the world like Kaptak. And it truly is only one place in the world like Kaptak. Because, you've got people that are just butt wild naked having sex. And then you've got like maybe a block or 2 blocks down, you got a family barbecuing. I mean, and it's all okay, and everyone gets along. The cops are so happy because the women are running around buck naked. They're taking pictures with the cops and the cops are like this, just smiling. They're all in these pictures. I'm like, every cop in France wants this beat to work in Kaptak because all these cops
I bet they
were
do.
so happy. They were so cute. And everyone is so well behaved because they know one incident, it's shut down. You're going to have problems, right? So everyone's well behaved.
Okay. So while we're talking about people being well behaved, we have to be well behaved and take a break because we got bills to pay.
We got bills?
We got bills, telephone bills. All these bills, we got to pay them. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, and if you're on YouTube, stay there because we're about to answer your questions. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Welcome to Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 101.7. You can watch us live on YouTube on Thursday nights. You can catch recordings on Spotify. Now, let's really get into it. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, how do we do that? You got to help us. That means you need to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. We want to know what you're thinking on our YouTube. Help us hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to have a surprise for you.
We are.
So, if we're talking and we're getting really real with Doc Val, right? You got some confessions because I'm hearing all this stuff and I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting a little hot and I feel like I need to confess. To see this hot drink here.
I'm recording right now.
Is getting hot in her seat with all of these questions.
She holding back
So
on this,
if
y'all.
you wanna-
Don't let the smile fool you. She holding back.
Yeah, she holding
you
back.
know it.
So if you want to confess, why don't you reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Exactly how it is on our YouTube, exactly how it sounds. brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Now, let's take it serious for a second. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, wait, I want to go to the naked beach.
Who wants to go to the naked beach?
I want to get
do
booty
wild
naked.
stuff.
You want to get naked on the naked beach?
I just want to go
Somebody get me
with
up
somebody.
like a Bavarian pretzel.
A Bavarian pretzel.
Yeah.
A Bavarian pretzel. A Bavarian pretzel.
Look, we're getting into it. I'm hungry. We're getting into it.
I was about to say I'm hungry now. Like I really want a pretzel.
I'm glad I
All
ate
right.
before I started the show.
Bent up like a Bavarian pretzel.
A Bavarian pretzel.
If you're having some self-esteem issues, I
Call
want
me.
you to take a second. And I want you to think about who you can trust and who can really give you perspective and help you. You need to reach out to the one and only Doc Val.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
There's nobody like her. Nobody. If
Ever.
you
Oh,
want to
you're
reach
so
her,
sweet.
look, if you want to reach her and get real and come get naked on the beach with us as we do our brown sugar
Who
World-
wants to get naked on the
world
beach?
domination
Just
tour.
like, naked.
You need to come. You need to write her at Valerie@swancenter.com. I'm going to spell it for you. VALERIE at Swan, SWANNCENTER.com. Now, it's all about healing. She's all about healing. She's all
Yes,
about
yes,
growing.
yes.
She's all about experimenting.
She's also about slapping
always
booties. Don't
say
let
it.
her fool you.
Yeah, no, she's really about that.
I am not about slapping booties. I am not about slapping booties.
With consent. She's about slapping booties with
With consent. With consent.
With consent and paddles.
So reach out to her at Valerie@swancenter.com. Now let's get into this because we don't got a lot of time. Let's go.
All right, let's get into it.
Quick question before
Yes,
we
what-
get back into the descriptions, because I don't think we answered it in the first half. Why were you there? And
So I was there. I was asked to come to Cap d'Ac, France, with a group teaching there. From teaching in Cap d'Ac, and then I went on a riverboat cruise with the same group that I was teaching for. So that is why I was there. Yeah, a long time. So let me tell you about the food in Cap d'Ac, right?
Yes.
So to go to the grocery store, you go to the grocery store nude. And so they have two ways to get to the grocery store. One's, I call it the gauntlet, where, they have typical, European style places. So there's, like cafes, and then people are sitting on the cafes. And there's this hallway that you got to go through buck naked to go to the grocery store. And, so you're walking and you're going to the grocery store. And some of the best fruits, vegetables, there's men, women, there's boobies in the lettuce. I mean, they're hanging over, they're picking their melons because there's melons in the melons. There's sausages in the cucumbers, really good seafood. So it's, the food was amazing. And in our room, like I was cooking after a while because I got sick of going out. I will be honest. I just got sick of restaurants because we were there for so long. So the food was incredible. And the restaurants, you go there naked as well. And some of them you're naked, some of them you can dress up. But for the most of them, I recall you are naked. Or you got what you got on. And, you're just enjoying yourselves and eating, and you're watching people walk by. There are a lot of people there that have various types of play. So one of those play that they have is also fetish play, right? BDSM. So we went to a BDSM club because I was quite curious as to what this club has. The French take BDSM to another level. I will have to say.
How so? I need to know.
Well,
I'm putting the
there
phone down
was
for
a-
this. YouTube, you gotta wait. All right, let's go.
there was a workshop that's happening in this September. I think it's now actually, where they have acts play. Yes.
Like I put wood down and hit it and it splits.
Yes, axe. Yes, axe. AX. I'm like, I don't think I want that type of play.
First of all, that sounds like what's that one film, dark film line in porn, Smut?
I don't know. I don't want that training. I didn't see any axe, but they had a poster in the bathroom that you could come to their axe training that was happening. They also had some knife play that was going on. That's also a training. So, they have another level that I hadn't seen before, nor do I personally want to experience. I'm not judging. It's just not my wheelhouse. Okay. Don't come for me.
I got all
vet people because I'm about to play.
We need to find somebody.
Yeah, but I'm not about that. I don't want to do the axe place. But there was a that was happening in this dungeon. Of course, the dungeon is, you have to be clothed to go into a BDSM dungeon. You have to have the fet wear on. So I got a new fet outfit. My husband, I made him get a fet outfit. And, it's like $60, I think, to get in. You get your drink and then they have a buffet. Now, I'm not about eating a buffet in a fet club. I'm just not. It's just not something I'm willing to do, especially with the scene that I saw so close to the food, because the scene was blood play.
Near the food, not near the food.
Like, so here is what I saw, right? And I don't judge, but it's just not my thing. And I actually said I have to leave the scene because I was just like, it was too much for me. So they had this beautiful girl up there, and by the time we got in there, she had blood dripping down her legs. So the Dom is cleaning her up, and he's putting all the antiseptic on her wounds, and she's coming down from the high she experienced, and he hugs and comforts her, gives her the aftercare. And I'm like, okay, it's the end of the scene. I don't know everything that transpired. I just know there was a lot of blood on her legs and on the mat that he had for her, his custom mat. And so then he puts her back up there. And I'm like, oh, okay, wow, okay. Well, he's going to go again.
No, round 2.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then he brings out a paddle with nails and starts again. And this time the blood was flowing because the wounds had not healed, right? And it's where the food is in the corner. So, and that's where the room was. Oh, and wow. I was just like, I told my husband, I don't feel comfortable in this scene. I have to leave because she had already come down, right? Chemically speaking, I'm not going to go into science behind BDSM. That's not what it's about. Or this show's about, but
next show
she'd already come down, right? And he took her back there again. And I just didn't feel comfortable watching the scene. So I left, but there was lots of blood that was flowing at this point from the open wound she already had. So then we left and we went to another part of the room, and there was this old man that must have been like maybe 70 years old. And his sub was maybe 22, beautiful young girl. He had a glove on, like my hand. If you're looking at my hand, he had the glove on. And with this glove, he had an attachment and a whip attached to the glove. All he did was flick, and it made these beautiful whelps all over her body. And he did it to the music of the club. And dancing with it. This old man, and of course BDSM, they had like much more of the chant, the Gongorian chanting music. So he's swaying with it, and all he's doing is flicking. And I was mesmerized by how he made this tool that he was using, and the whip had an end no bigger than maybe a quarter of an inch. It was so thin. And he was a master because he was hitting only the buttocks and the top of the shoulders, no vital organs, nowhere where he should not have struck. He was striking. He was beautiful with it. And I was impressed by his technique. My husband says to me, how did he get such a young girl up there? I was like, what? Why, honey? Why?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
I'm with
God.
Notorious G on this. I'm with Notorious G on this. Like,
He was
first
like,
of
how
all,
he get such a young girl up there? But just to see him doing his thing, that was lovely. And then he put her on this wheel, and then he spun the wheel with her on it.
he just literally did the Price is Right with this poor girl.
Yes, he did the Price is Right on the wheel. Yes, with the
300.
whip.
Oof.
With the whip, timing it so that he was hitting the buttocks. I'm talking, he could have given a class and I would have went to the class. That's how masterful he was. He was old, 70, easy. And it was the glove and something, a bullwhip attached to the glove. And all he did was flick it. No energy, and he just swam, boom, boom, and you could hear it. And she was just loving it. So that was quite interesting to see someone in the play that knew what they were doing, having a good time. And it was quite interesting to see the price. I love it. The Price is White reel.
He just Price is Right or just be like 300,
Yes.
300,
So that was cool to see.
500.
And so then I'm going to talk about the nightclubs, right?
Yes.
Nightclubbing is important. They have beautiful nightclubs. We went to 2 nightclubs, I think. We had VIP section, so we got in nice and early. We had our little VIP corner. We had, the champagne coming out, the lighted, it was all high end. Everything is high end what we did, right? Beautiful. In the nightclubs, you must be dressed. I'm talking not sandals. You must be wearing heels, no platforms. Not platforms, no.
I am so
You
confused.
can rent shoes from the nightclub.
I got even more questions now.
I
Yeah,
won't be
you
able to
can-
find that nightclub.
You can rent shoes for the nightclub, but you cannot come in with flats, with sandals, with wedges. No, you need to have stilettos on to walk in the club. Men must wear pants and dress shoes. You must be dressed to enter and party in the club, which I said, like, who is going to pack all this stuff to go to a nightclub? Right? Number one. But then you go downstairs and then they all getting it in. So they all naked downstairs.
So I gotta put
Everyone.
on clothes to get
take
naked.
it back off.
Yes.
This is some
Yes.
BS. This
Yes.
is straight BS.
So you walk in, you're
Get it
dancing,
done.
you're having a good time, And I get it's because with alcohol and nudity, things can happen unconsensually, right? So that does make sense. And I was surprised that they had these areas downstairs where you could have and engage and play. So they had, what do they have? Couples only side. And it was huge. I'm talking huge. Couples only side. Then you had couples that want single males. So there's a lot of single males on one side. So if you're into that play. And then they had single females. So a couple could go to the single female side, or you could join a single female could join the couples. A single male could join the couple or couples. That's how they kind of had it broken up. Again, security. Everyone's on their best behavior. Really quite fascinating how everyone was just, they have peephole rooms so you could peek in. They have rooms that you could raise the curtains. They have voyeur rooms that you could just, like a fishbowl, you're just standing watching people engage in activity. It was crazy. And then when you're done, they have a shower. You shower. In the shower, they have great smelling French colognes and French lotions and hair dryers and curlers. And you go back upstairs and go party again.
So let me make
else?
sure I'm understanding this. Let me
That's
make sure I'm understanding this. All right. So
Yes.
top floor is club. You have to be dressed to the nines for a club.
Uh-huh.
But if you get tired of club and you want to go hunch, you go downstairs, take
Mhm.
everything off, go hunch,
Mhm.
clean up, and if you're ready to go party again, put your clothes on and go back and party.
Right, but take a shower first. Take a shower first.
Take a
brush your-
shower
yes.
first. Go
Mhm,
back
go
up,
upstairs and
get
party.
dressed, go party, and then when you get done, you leave. You take your clothes off again because now you're
Again.
in town.
Exactly. There you go. That's
I
it.
am so confused. I am so confused.
That is it. So every couple, every woman I noticed had a bag with her, because in this bag is all of her. You know, she's got to take her clothes off to put them in the bag. She's got her towel. She's got her stuff that she wants, her toys, whatever she is. So there was a lot of that going on in the nightclubs. Then they have actual, like they call them the sex clubs. And the sex clubs, again, very high end. We walk in, you take your clothes off, they go into a locker. It's all co-ed. The first area is a bar, so you get your drink on. And then they have the sauna area, because you're talking about, you know, Europe. So you have the sauna area, hot tub, people are in there, you know, getting sloppy toppies. Girls are on the ledge, getting their, you know, getting some appetizer. They were being appetizered. I don't know how to describe it. Yes. There is, what else was happening in this club? There are people showering together. And then you go into the hot sauna. I didn't see the cold sauna. Steam room. So, you know, you're having the sauna life, but it's in a sex club.
Wait, they got saunas?
Yeah, this one had a sauna club. Yes.
So
then
that's
when you're
where you messed up, because I definitely would have just been chilling in the sauna. I wouldn't
Yes.
be trying to touch nobody. I'm trying to get my sweat on, my guy.
you could got your sweat on and something else on all at the same time, Miss T. You just do you.
That's too much
So,
sweating. I just
It's
want
a lot,
sweat.
right? And no single males, only couples. And you don't see single females, only couples.
Okay.
And so
In the
then you go through a door and then you go into a single male land. Well, the single men there are shoulder to shoulder. And, you know, I said,
sausage party.
I told her, I had my husband, I was like, hold my hand. You know, like, if you leave me, I swear to God, right? Kind of don't let 1 inch of space come between us. All right. And so you're walking through the club and you see, you know, women, you'll see men like that are into blank holding, right? Just on the side, the husbands are just on the side watching their female having intercourse with groups of men. And
They're trying to make sure that she happy.
She happy, right? Some of them, you know, you don't know what their thing is. I talked to and interviewed a lot of guys, and they said, number one, they can't perform. That couple of guys told me that. So They have younger wives. It's okay. I know she's coming home with me. She loves me. One guy told me he's into that. That's his thing. He likes to watch her being pleased. That makes him happy. It gets him off, and then they take care of business when they go home or back to the room. So you just realize that people can create whatever they want in their physical life if it's consensual and it's agreed upon. These are not things that people were doing that wasn't agreed upon, that wasn't consensual. They were just living their adult lives as a married couple in a place where they felt free and unconfined around people judging them, shaming them, where they can just let loose. The Americans were deep over there. We was deep. I was like, USA, yes, honey, yes, we was deep. You know, red, white, and blue, not the colors of France, our colors, red, white, and blue flags. You know,
and stripes all in this.
All in there. I remember one time I went there, some guy had a Trump flag on the counter. I'm in France. I'm like,
first of all,
really?
sir.
We're not politicking, right? We're not politicking. If you can imagine it, you can experience there. It is really a place. They say there's no place in the world like it because it's a naturalist village. So you have to be naked through this huge city. You can bicycle. There's mega yachts pulling up with, there's a war going on, but I saw Russians and Ukrainians having some relations. They was getting it in. And they had,
different kind of relations.
Yeah, I was like, that's what Putin need to come on up over here and bring Macron, come on, and the CAFTAC, and y'all need to just have a man fight.
Foolishness out there.
And just get it on. From all over the world are just adults having fun. So I thought, if anything that you take from this talk with you guys, my interview, and I got so excited talking about it, You can have whatever you want with your partner. If you talk about it, you agree to the play you want to have, and you're not coerced into anything, that it's free will, no coercion, no pressure. What I mean by that, and you're willing to have the fun and not walk away with any shame or guilt, right? That's what you don't walk away with. You don't want any drama, no shame, no guilt. Have the conversation, go enjoy it. And keep in mind, CAPDAC is not just about people in the lifestyle. It's also a place if you're a naturalist and just want to have a natural vacation, being nude, just laying on the beach. It's also that vibe as well. So it is truly amazing, from the food, from the shopping, from the clubs, from the people. It is the only place in the world like it, and I got to experience it.
About lifestyle and size obsession.
The one thing I love about the lifestyle is that you will see people there from size 0 to a size whatever you can imagine. It is such an accepting community of sizes, of shapes. We are going to Hito next year, and Brown Sugar Confessions is actually going to be there next October. We are doing a whole thing there. So I know we are out of time, aren't we? Are we?
I have said.
We are out of time.
Katie's like, yes, Doc
We are
Ross.
out of time.
I
Okay.
have
all right.
said.
But you know what we say out there in Radio Land? We believe in always staying safe and playing safe. And we're going to see you guys next week on Brown Sugar Confessions, again, being live. And I think next week we're talking about consent, aren't we? Is that where we're going?
I
Yes.
think so.
I think so. I think we're talking about consent and what is consent? And we're going to talk about it, even how you could even have your children understand, your young adult, your teenager, what consent is, your college child. And we're going to have some games and talk about consent next week, along with our other hot topics. So you guys know by now, we're Brown Sugar Confessions. We're going to see you next week. You guys stay safe and play safe. Bye-bye for now, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at Brown Sugar Confessions to like, share, and follow. Stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.